Hey, it's Craig back with you on this Friday, and it is Click to Houston time for me. The Daily Craig is on your screen right now. You know, I stumbled upon another one of those 30 for 30 films produced by ESPN. Aired for the first time back in 2013, but for a very obvious reason, I never watched it then. It was entitled Survive and Advance, the story of the 1983 North Carolina State basketball team, and its coach, of course, the late Jim Valvano. And for obvious reasons, covering the Cougars that year, I wasn't really keeping track all that much of what North Carolina State was doing. So the film itself was pretty entertaining. I got hooked after a couple of days watching this on and off. How did I not know how magical that run was for them? How could I not root for the underdog? Well, the answers are simple. I didn't care, and I really didn't pay attention. That was my fault, and how could I have not seen their unreal last-second win against the Cougs coming weeks in advance? Valvano's team had lost 10 times by the time they stumbled into the ACC tourney, but they righted the ship and upset North Carolina and Virginia to get an NCAA bid. They ended up winning 9 in a row that were either overtime games or games they won by a single point. The cast of characters was really lovable, and, of course, Valvano was Valvano. He had one bed check, he said. He said all the beds were there. It was a loosey-goosey team. In the NCAAs, they almost lost to Pepperdine. That went to 2 overtimes. And then they almost lost to UNLV. Then they beat Virginia and Ralph Sampson for the second time in 4 meetings. Those of us in Houston were too busy with Phi Slamma Jamma to notice. After the Cougs ripped up Louisville in the semis in Albuquerque, I figured it was all over. The Cougs going to win the national championship. But the Wolfpack got just what they wanted, a relatively nice win over Georgia to get into the final. And I must admit, at the point of the film where the U of H North Carolina State game starts, I shut it down. After all, I saw it in person.